Good morning. I'm delighted to welcome two people that are very well known in Milton Keynes, but also Northamptonshire, as we've got some exciting news to share. First of all, Freddie Gilmar. Freddie from the Red Thread Partnership. How are you this morning?
Very good, Ben. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Lovely to see you.
And of course, Jane Horridge, that will be known to many people amongst our Milton Keynes audience. Good morning, Jane. How are you?
Morning, Ben. I'm very well, thank you.
Good stuff. Both of you, I'm loving the background, by the way, particularly yours, Jane. Very scenic. Is that your back garden?
I wish it were. It is definitely my happy place, though, so quite nice to look at.
Excellent. Good stuff. So, Freddie, we had a conversation last week, and we put out a press release on the All Things Business website. This is really to follow up on that. So tell our audience watching, tell us the good news that you've got to share.
Well, the good news is we're delighted that we've appointed a new partner for the Red Thread Partnership in Jane. She's we've been talking for a little while, and she's agreed to come and join the senior team at Red Thread, which will be a fantastic addition to really bolstering our not only our offering to our customers, but also really helping us to deliver on our strategy and our growth to ultimately deliver our purpose, which is to help leaders and organizations deal with the big issues of our time.
Fantastic. Before I ask Jane what attracted her to the role, Freddie, just for those watching that perhaps don't know exactly what the Red Thread Partnership does, just summarise that for us, please.
Yes, of course. So 9 years in business, we'll help, as I say, leaders, organizations deal with the big issues of our time. There's lots of issues right now. As you know, we develop leaders, we grow high-performing teams, and we help organizations build their cultures and also do employee engagement. We've also published a leadership book 2 years ago called Frontier Leadership, which was we are in the about to update as well based on COVID and the pandemic. Very much that's at the core of what we do. We have a strapline. What we do isn't complicated, it's just hard. But right now, I think it's fair to say that it is complicated and hard. So we really are helping organizations and leaders go back to their core purpose to make sure that they fit for building the future right now, not waiting for the pandemic to stop, but building the future right now.
Brilliant. And Jane, well, first of all, congratulations. Secondly, what attracted you to the role with Freddie and the rest of the senior management team?
Well, most of the work that my own consultancy does is around strategy and growth. And it's absolutely imperative that if you're going to deliver on your strategy and you're going to grow your business, that you get your leadership and the culture of your organisation right. So both what I've been doing and what Red Thread do are so sympathetic to each other. It's one of those, they're inextricably linked. As Freddie would say, they have the red thread weaving throughout all of that. And you can't have a great strategy and deliver on it without having the great leadership in place. So for me, it was really about the bringing together of all of those features in a solution then for organisations which would really deliver and have great impact.
And Freddie, Jane is known, I think I've referred to Jane at the ATB Arms on a number of occasions as the Queen of Milton Keynes, very well known in Milton Keynes. You must be delighted to welcome her to the Red Thread Partnership. But what was it particularly that impressed you when you wanted Jane to come on board?
Well, I've known Jane for some time, and also one of the co-authors of our book is Nick Hiles, and Nick has worked very closely with Jane and was always very complimentary about Jane and suggested that we were a match made in heaven. So it made sense to have some conversation. But also, Ben, as you know, I sit on the board of the Milton Keynes Business Leaders Partnership, and Jane has been helping the board with our strategy. We've been working much more closely with Jane, so I was able to understand Jane's skills and really experience firsthand her ability to help make us much more clear about what we needed to do locally. So in the end, we had a coffee, we had the famous coffee, and we explored some ideas, and we're absolutely delighted that Jane has agreed to come on board as well. So yes, that's what we did.
So Jane, this is sort of throwing you in at the deep end then.
Okay.
and this could be a long-winded conversation, answer. What do you think are going to be the biggest challenges that leaders are going to face in business as we hopefully come out of this COVID pandemic?
Yeah, well, I have a little strapline of my own, which is on my LinkedIn profile, which is it's all about the people. And by far, that is going to be the biggest challenge. You know, you can decide what you're going to do with your assets and your property, and all of those are fairly logical, clinical decisions. But human beings are emotional. And so your ability to lead people through the change, through the feelings and emotions that they will have, as well as their practical concerns, maybe about coming back into the workplace, or even just about their confidence and their ability to do their own jobs. That's absolutely the biggest challenge that leaders are going to have. You know, even for those that have innovated, that have pivoted, to use that term, and that have grown because they've done things differently, they are all experiencing great change. And, you know, it is absolutely all about the people. If you don't get that bit right, then you'll fail. So, that's what I would say is the biggest challenge.
I could take a lot away from that. All about the people. Something that's actually quite a complex question that you could have spent another 10 minutes talking about. You've summarised that beautifully. All about the people. And very well answered, Jane. Thank you for that. So,
thank you,
Freddie. It's very exciting times for you all. People that are watching this that want to get in touch with yourself and Jane and have a coffee, whether that be a virtual one or one face-to-face now, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, it's very simple. I mean, you know, if they go on our website, www.the-redthread.co.uk, or, you know, all the contacts are on there, and also LinkedIn. We can be contacted on LinkedIn, or simply pick up the phone and dial my number. I'm not sure you want me to give my number on here, but...
It'll be at the top of this post.
Yeah, which is fine, but that's the thing to do. One thing I'd like to add, if it's okay, Ben, is we have been working also very actively recently to create a new channel where we have launched a particular service to help leaders in education. To help them through this transition as well. We've been working very closely with some education colleges and schools, and that's something we are looking to grow. So if there are any heads or deputy heads out there looking to not go back to what was but want to move forward, we'd love to hear from them.
Brilliant. And education's close to my heart. My mother was a school teacher for 30 years before she took retirement. And I'm a big advocate for education. Education needs business, but also business needs education as well.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Brilliant. Well, listen, from everybody here at All Things Business, the very best of luck with this new appointment. I'm sure you're going to go and do some amazing work together. And I look forward to seeing you both when I'm next in Milton Keynes, and hopefully we can have a coffee face to face.
Thank you, Ben, and thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.